Hi, I'm Hub Arkus for Pro Football Weekly, along with our senior editor, Mike Wilkening, also our fantasy expert, as we bring you this week's fantasy ticker, and we'll take a look at each position where maybe you get a little bit better. And Wilkie, I'm surprised, as many waiver wires as I checked, to find Browns quarterback Brandon Weeden there. I would think he'd be in a little more in demand with what he's done the last few weeks.
Well, he had a bad first game, and I think that really sort of soured people on Brandon Weeden. But the last 4 games, he's been outstanding. Over 290 yards passing per game in that 4-game stretch. He played very well in Cincinnati in week 2. He's a good bye week start, I think, and he's a good long-term addition, too. I really think Brandon Weeden has really picked up his play.
All right, now at running back, there's a team that just jumps off the page at you. The Green Bay Packers have lost Cedric Benson for 6 to 8 weeks at least. Alex Green, James Starks, a couple guys that you probably want to take a look at. Maybe more Green than Starks.
Yeah, I think Green just has more playmaking ability, a little more speed, it looks like. Starks, we kind of have an idea of what he can do. He played last year. Production was okay, not great. I think Green is the guy you want. He's probably going to be the more coveted guy, though, so Starks might be an option for owners in bigger leagues.
At wide receiver, the Titans surprised a lot of people when they drafted Kendall Wright. He was looked at in that group as maybe not the least athletic, but not the speed burner, not the guy who's going to be the big play guy, and yet early in the season, kid's putting up some pretty good numbers.
Yeah, 30 targets in the last 3 games. The volume of opportunities makes him someone that should be picked up. Last 3 games, 20 catches, 153 yards and a touchdown. Titans going to be playing behind quite a bit this year. I think he's someone you might want to look at picking up.
Now, tight end has become the glamour position in the league. You can't win in fantasy if you don't have a good one. The Jets, Dustin Keller, slow start. I didn't understand in the early drafts off the jump why he wasn't more in demand, but he's out there in a lot of leagues and available.
Yeah, he's a good player, and he's a guy that, look at the receiving core right now. He's got to be the go-to target or something close to that. I think he's someone you can look to start in week 6 if indeed he's back versus Indianapolis, and he's, for the long term, he's someone you can clearly add to.
All right, on defense, well, there's a team, I've been picking them the last couple of weeks and getting rich. I don't bet on them, but, at least in terms of wins and losses, we look at our records. And the Miami Dolphins defense, they're playing as well as anybody in the AFC right now.
And they're a legit fantasy defense, too. Really, against St. Louis at home, the way they can pressure the quarterback, the way they're playing kind of unit-wise on defense, I think they're a very good bye-week option against the St. Louis.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week's edition of our Fantasy Ticker. But for all the best news, notes, and analysis around the NFL, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, stay right where you are at ProFootballWeekly.com.